Kenneth Boulding writes a sonnet for the atomic age. On all the earth 2 nations now remain, the kingdom of this world and of the Lord. The one content no longer with the sword that takes but one life, now with murderous rain blankets whole towns with ruin, death, and pain. The other is not seen, not yet outpoured in visible might, yet here and now adored by those whose hearts are bound by love's bright chain. And you must choose. You are no longer free to dally with them both. The time's too late. Our cities all must share in Sodom's fate. And where's the ark to ride a brimstone sea? Except a manger. What except the blood of Christ can quench the fire of this last flood? Earth Breaks Up by Robert Browning. Earth breaks up, time drops away, inflows heaven with its new day of endless life, when he who trod, very man and very God, this earth in weakness, shame, and pain, dying the death whose signs remain up yonder on the accursed tree, shall come again, no more to be of captivity the thrall, but the one God, all in all, King of kings, Lord of lords, as his servant John received the words, I died and live forevermore. Psalm 29 from the Revised Standard Version of the Bible is a description of a storm sweeping in from the Mediterranean across the Lebanon mountains. Ascribe to the Lord, O heavenly beings. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory of his name. Worship the Lord in holy array. The voice of the Lord is upon the waters. The God of glory thunders, the Lord upon many waters. The voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is full of majesty. The voice of the Lord breaks the cedars. The Lord breaks the cedars of Lebanon. He makes Lebanon to skip like a calf, and Syrian like a young wild ox. The voice of the Lord flashes forth flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. The Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. The voice of the Lord makes the oaks to whirl, and strips the forests bare. And in his temple all cry, Glory! The Lord sits enthroned over the flood. The Lord sits enthroned as King forever. May the Lord give strength to his people. May the Lord bless his people with peace. Longfellow's The Arrow and the Song. I shot an arrow into the air. It fell to earth, I knew not where. For so swiftly it flew, the sight could not follow it in its flight. I breathed a song into the air. It fell to earth, I knew not where. For who has sight so keen and strong that it can follow the flight of song? Long, long afterward, in an oak, I found the arrow, still unbroke. And the song, from beginning to end, I found again in the heart of a friend. Flower in the Crannied Wall by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Flower in the crannied wall, I pluck you out of the crannies. I hold you here, root and all, in my hand, little flower. But if I could understand what you are, root and all in all, I should know what God and man is. A bit of Eastern wisdom shines through in this little poem about 1 hole or 100. To a darning needle once exclaimed the kitchen sieve, "You've a hole right through your body, and I wonder how you live." And the needle, who was sharp, replied, "I too have wondered that you notice my 1 hole when in you there are 100. Life by James Russell Lowell. Life is a sheet of paper white, whereon each one of us may write his line or two, and then comes night. Muse not which way thy pen to hold. Luck hates the slow, but loves the bold. Soon come the darkness and the cold. Greatly begin, though thou hast time but for a line, be that sublime. Not failure, but low aim is crime. Man-Making by Edwin Markham. We all are blind until we see that in the human plan, nothing is worth the making if it does not make the man. Why build these cities glorious if man unbuilded goes? In vain we build the world, unless the builder also grows.